So today's chat is gonna be super off the cuff because I really don't think I have anything for you today. I have nothing planned. I have nothing on my mind. I'm just a little bit of a void at the moment, and I have enough experience with being a writer and being an artist to know that whenever I think that I don't have anything, it usually means that there's something big just underneath the surface that needs to be uncovered. You just need to have the courage to go there. So this feeling of not feeling like I have anything to share isn't really the truth. It just means that might be something that I'm afraid to share. There might be a deeper layer that I haven't uncovered yet. There might be a deeper truth that I haven't spoken yet that I might be afraid to speak simply because it's new and unfamiliar. So sometimes I see life as if we're all just kind of fumbling through this maze. And oftentimes we come up against these dead ends and we are rerouted. And whenever we come up against this dead end, we think that it's just that, it's a dead end. But I'm starting to see that whenever we do find that space in the maze where we think that there's nowhere else to go, that's an opportunity to realize that we can tunnel in. Just because we've come up against a dead end doesn't mean we have to be rerouted. I think we just need to tunnel in a little bit deeper. So I've been going through this thing the last couple weeks where I've just been feeling a little bit tired and uninspired. I've had a couple things happen in the last 2 weeks that have been a little bit humbling and, dare I say, discouraging. I've been physically sick and I have been training to run a marathon, and I fell last week. I tripped over my feet. I think because I was overtrained and overtired, and I didn't realize how hard I had been working, and my legs literally gave out on me and I tripped. And on the way down, my right foot did a funny little twist. It twisted in a way that it shouldn't have and it went all the way down. I ended up really hurting myself and spraining my ankle, and that threw a wrench in all of my plans. So sometimes in life we experience these phases where our plans get thrown up in the air. We come up against a dead end in the maze of life. And I think what I want to say in this video today is I want to say that it's okay. Another thing I want to say is that in all of these videos, I'm really just talking to myself. I'm usually only just giving reminders to myself. So when I tell you that it's okay, I'm trying to tell myself that it's okay. And maybe there could, on the off chance, be some person listening that might resonate with that as well, and that might provide a little bit of relief as well. Because I give myself the title of yoga teacher, but I actually, here's the truth, I am not a teacher. I'm not a yoga teacher. I don't want to be a teacher. I'm not here to teach you anything or give you a lesson or give you an aha moment. I'm here to incite a Me Too moment. I'm just a person that wants to lay down a dialogue so we can remember that we're all connected and we're all experiencing the same thing, just in different forms and shapes. And it's really important for me to show up to these yoga classes and make these videos and write my newsletters and my blog and my book. It's important to me to speak and write in order to forge connection. Because I'm not the only one that has had plans thrown up in the air. I'm not the only one that has reached dead ends in life that have been confusing and discouraging. I'm not the only one that has gone through a phase in life where I'm feeling a lack of motivation and a lack of passion and inspiration. And I have to be honest with you. That's the only way I can do this. That's the only way that I can forge connection and incite Me Too moments, is to be honest with you and tell you, like, look, I'm not doing my best right now. Well, maybe I am doing my best, but I'm not experiencing a luster of life at the moment. I'm showing up and I'm speaking about how important passion and inspiration is, but at the same time, I'm not really feeling it at the moment, because I've had a couple obstacles in my life that have been humbling. And the process of being humbled, while it is so important because those phases give you the best life lessons ever, the process of being humbled is also painful. It hurts, and the way you rise from it, the way you respond to it is so important. The way you respond to your humbling experiences really determines the way life will respond to you. So we can keep moving and allow our dreams and our aspirations to lead us, or we can be beholden to our fears and our doubts and our insecurities. We have that choice in all moments. And those phases in life in which we are humbled and our plans change and we've reached a dead end, it's really hard to feel inspiration to aspire. Those moments where we're humbled are moments where it does seem easier just to give in to the void, that feeling of wanting to give up, and just that feeling of doubt, not knowing why you're doing the things you're doing. And I've been experiencing that. I've been experiencing a lot of doubt and a lot of uncertainty over what exactly I am doing. What is my work in the world, and am I making a positive impact? And on one hand, I realize how presumptuous that is, how egotistical that is to want to make a positive impact. And on the other hand, there's a little piece of my soul that is like yelling, like, no, show up as yourself. I promise it helps. Because when you show up as yourself, you give others to show up as themselves, and that's really what forges the connection that you're after in life. So I have these two warring forces within me right now. There's uncertainty and doubt that's questioning what I'm doing, and, giving into imposter syndrome and wondering if I'm just like an egotistical narcissist. And then I have the other piece within me that says, no, just keep going. I promise you're going to learn from this experience, and what you learn and take from this experience can be helpful for yourself and maybe others. So that's where I'm at right now. Two warring forces. My life circumstances right now are giving me a little bit of fear and doubt, and I'm also realizing that I've been here before. And I know it's just a phase, and I know it's just a little experience of resistance, and all I need to do is keep going and push through it, and I know it's gonna get better, and I'm gonna rise out of this stronger than before. But I just wanted to mention this because it's hard. It's hard not to give in to the doubt. It's hard not to go backwards and revert back into that old paradigm of how you thought about yourself. It's hard to keep reaching forward when life circumstances are pulling you back. But you've got to, in any capacity that you can. You have to just keep putting one foot in front of the other. And that could look like baby steps. That could look like just stopping where you are and laying down and just breathing and giving yourself a rest and realizing that every moment you are new, and the direction that you were going maybe just wasn't the right direction for you. Maybe your plans changed because you need to reassess. You need to reassess what's actually truly important to you and what could actually truly serve you right now. So for me personally, the last couple months, I've been so focused on my marathon training and the building of my business and being a mother and showing up to my family that I've actually lost my sense of self-care and sense of self-connection within all that outward worldly work that I've been doing. And I think the falling last week and the becoming sick, even though it's kind of sucked, it's given me a sense of doubt and uncertainty and a sense of just bummed outness. Even though I've been bummed out, I actually think that this has been the best thing that could have happened to me, because it's given me an opportunity to stop, rest, pause, and reassess on what I actually want my next steps to be. And what I've realized in this pause is that I need to refocus on my sense of self-care. I've lost touch with all of those practices and activities that I talk about all the time. I've lost touch with all of those practices that truly help me forge and reforge the sense of self-connection, that sense of anchoring to my inner purpose that helps me feel inspired to go out and do that worldly work. So in this pause, I've realized that I need to reconnect with a set of practices that help me feel anchored to what's truly important to me. And the set of practices that help me feel anchored are meditation and journaling. I love stream of consciousness journaling. When you open up a blank page, you put your pen to the page and you do not lift your pen until you've written 3 pages. You don't think, you just write. You just dump the contents of your mind and your heart onto the page, not to write anything good or worthy or notable, just to express. So free, liberated self-expression, meditation, and feeling a sense of gratitude every day. Having a gratitude journal also really helps me too. Another practice that really helps me is keeping a daily planner and sitting with my planner every day and really tuning into what I would like to accomplish in that day and when and how I'm going to accomplish it. That gives me a sense of direction and deliberateness. It reminds me to live my life intentionally and deliberately, which fosters a sense of mental clarity. So living with a connection to my purpose and a sense of mental clarity is so important for stoking that inner fire of passion and inspiration. And I've realized that in this pause, I've realized how hard I've been working in various categories of my life, and I fell as a result. And in that injury, I've realized what I have lost and the practices that I've fallen out of. And those practices, the meditation, the liberated self-expression, the daily planner, and the gratitude journal, those are all little activities that one does in a day that seems very subtle and inconsequential in the moment. Like, it's one of those things that you can be like, I'll do that later, or I don't really need to do that right now, or I'm too busy at this moment. It's really easy to fall out of those practices because in the moment they seem subtle and inconsequential, but they're subtle but so fucking profound. You notice when you're not connecting with yourself in that way. Having a set of practices for yourself that helps you connect, foster mental clarity, and connect with your sense of purpose and what's important to you is so important to do on a daily basis. So figure out what practices help you and don't fall out of them. Recommit to them. And that's what I'm doing right now. And I think that's what was underneath the surface. That was the truth that I was unwilling to face. I was unwilling to face the truth that I'm actually not feeling good right now. And I'm not feeling good right now because I fell out of the practices that helped me. And it's okay that that happened. This summer season was really busy, and it was important to me over the summer season to give a lot of my attention to my children and to the content that I wanted to create for my yoga business. So I've been doing a lot of traveling and a lot of activities and a lot of outwardly creating that I haven't really tapped inward as much as it would have been helpful for me. And that is life. That is normal. So if you have fallen out of practices that have helped you in the past, that's okay. Why don't you take a pause and consider the practices that really have made a difference for you, and then recommit. It is August 27th right now. And at this moment that I'm speaking, we are observing a new moon phase. And I love to observe the phases of the moon because it reminds me of the cyclical nature of life, which helps me live life in a more receptive, easeful way. Because when I am in a time of life in which I'm feeling more pressurized, I can look to the moon and remember that this is just a phase. This is impermanent. The nature of life is impermanence. And living with the cycles of life reminds you of the impermanence of life. So when you can remember that this pressurizing phase is temporary, you can relax into the observation of it. And then you can excavate a gem, a lesson, so a little bit of wisdom, maybe even a little bit of inner strength, like an understanding, and oh, okay, this is my experience. This might be an opportunity for me to more deeply connect with myself. I'm here now, and I have an opportunity to choose how to respond to this. I can either slip back into my old ways of reacting to difficulty and letting doubt and fear and uncertainty and negative self-talk bring me down, or I can just see this as a temporary phase, something that's helping me to strengthen my roots and strengthen my sense of connection with myself and reestablish my priorities. And I can go ahead and let my dreams and my aspirations lead me. So in every moment, in every phase, you have that choice to revert back to who you once were and how you once responded to life, or choose a new way that is more in line with what is important to you. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm in a difficult space, but I'm choosing to be here now with it, knowing that it's temporary, knowing that this is an opportunity to reestablish the practices that help me. And I know that once I reestablish those practices, I will move out of this phase as a wiser, stronger person. Yeah. And I know the same can happen for you, which is why I'm here sharing this and sort of filming this winding road of a conversation. So yeah, I think the truth that I needed to tunnel into right now is the fact that I'm in an inner battle at the moment. And once you can recognize that you're in an inner battle, you can choose your side. So choose the side that's important to you. Choose who you want to be. Choose how you want to respond. And it's okay to move through difficulty. Yeah, it's okay if it hurts. Just rest. Rest. Know you're going to get through it. And know that, oh, you are so strong and courageous. We'll get through this together.